Hello, everyone. Oh, shoot. There we go. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day so far. we are going to be getting into a little art stream that I'm very excited to be doing with you guys. We will probably be playing some games later. We're just going to do a quick mod for now. But we're going to be doing a mod for one of my friends that's mentioned that he wants this mod multiple times. He has me on lurk, so when he comes back and watches the VOD, because I'm sure he will, he will be able to see the very cool thing that we're going to be making. So, my friend Soul very much loves the idea of putting a stop sign over the Ultima weapon in Kingdom Hearts 2. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making a mod to do that specifically. So I'm just going to go over my games folder, my mods folder, my Kingdom Hearts folder. I think this should be fine to show. It's not, you know, the end of the world if you guys see that I have a bunch of mods and stuff that I'm working on, and you won't be able to see my file folders over here, which is the most important part for me right now. So here's what we're gonna be doing. So there's a couple things that we're gonna need. First and foremost, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make a new custom GitHub repo. So as you can see, I have a couple different ones here for some different mods that I've been working on. Not a ton, but a couple. So right now it's set to BB over KK. This is GitHub. This is a revision software that's used to transfer files and like keep backups and stuff like that. And it's also what the Kingdom Hearts modding community, the OpenKH stuff, what they use to download mods super easy. It's what I use, and it's honestly way faster than reinstalling the mod manually. So even though it's still on my machine, I use this just to update my own mods. So it's very, very useful. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and create a new repository. This means we're making a new file set, basically. I do not know what the fuck is up with my internet. Is everything coming in okay for you guys? My internet has been real trashy today. Okay, so we're gonna call this Stopsign. I like that name. It's funny. The description is going to be a stop sign weapon over Ultima weapon. Okay. Oh shit, I put it in the wrong place. Remove. Yeah. Create new repository. We want it to be in a different place, not here. Games, mods, Kingdom Hearts mods, GitHub repos. There we go. Also, Jess, I did see that you resubbed with Prime. Thank you so much. We're gonna name it Stopsign. A Stopsign weapon over Ultima weapon. Oh, am I not logged in? Is that why? No, I'm definitely logged in. Why is it putting it? Oh, it's probably because I haven't pushed it once yet. So, yeah. Let's actually restart real quick because there's no update. Okay. Is it still in? Yeah. It's probably because we haven't pushed the initial push yet. So if you come over here to our mods folder, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this and then paste it into the Stopsign. So we will skip this file. We don't want to copy over the Git attributes because it already has Git attributes since we just made this. But now what we have is the OBJ remastered icon. And here I can turn on preview. It's not going to show up on a lot of stuff, but it'll help with some things. Yeah, preview plain. So I just copied over my mod that I made for Brisbane, which is a Keyblade created by the art director of Bluey. And he made it once Bluey got purchased. It had its publishing rights purchased by Disney, or like its streaming rights or whatever, purchased by Disney. So he made a cute little Keyblade as a reference to that. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna also open up substance painter, because we're definitely going to need that. I mean, honestly, for this, we probably wouldn't have needed substance painter. It's going to be super, super simple. But, you know, just in case. So, we have our folder structure now. We're going to go into OBJ, and then we are going to go ahead. Well, we're going to leave these because it's easier to copy over them than to not to, because I'll forget otherwise. But we want to go ahead and check some of the things, and then delete other things once we get to that point. So let me go ahead and show you guys Brisbane. This is the Keyblade that I made. I modeled it based off of that other mod. You guys should have seen it if you've seen the Kingdom Hearts actual like gameplay that we've done. Yeah. So this is it. It's based off of a drawing that they did, and then I just modeled it and textured it and everything and threw it in the game. There's a couple different versions. So this is like the Nightmare Before Halloween version. This is the Space Paranoids one with the grayscale on to kind of match that. And then when it takes it in a timeless river, it just automatically desaturates it. So yeah. But we won't need this for a hot minute. So what we need to do is, first and foremost, we need to get the model for, oops, not that, the model for the weapon that we're using. So this is the edited model. It's in a program that is created by the Kingdom Hearts modding community for expressly the purpose of Kingdom Hearts modding. So this is what it's going to go into. This is the modded version of Brisbane. So actually what we do need to do, I forgot, because that's over the Kingdom. Oh wait, shit. No, that's the wrong folder. Okay, here we go. So here, we want to delete all these. We're going to go ahead and we need to leave that for now. Just because I don't know what the item number is, I'll have to figure that out. But we can do that, no problem. And then I'm going to go ahead and delete the icon. So first things first, we need to figure out where the what the file is for the actual Ultima weapon, the one that we're going over, because names are super duper important when you're doing stuff like this. So we're gonna go ahead and jump back to Kingdom Hearts. We're gonna go to OpenKH. How OpenKH works is that it basically decompiles your game and then separates out all its files into workable units. So if you play a lot of games, usually they compact all of their files into a couple files to make it so that you can't like access them and mod them and stuff like that, for piracy protection and things along those lines. What this does is it basically breaks it all apart. Since the most up-to-date versions are still based off the original PS2 versions, it's a lot easier. And people have been working on it for like literally decades at this point now that I think about it. So for our purposes, we just need the data folder, and you can see KH2 is decompiled here. You can also decompile basically any of the games, except for 3, I think, or like 0.2 and stuff like that, all the weird games. But if we go into KH2 and we go to OBJ, these are all of the models in the game. At least all of the actors. So that's like stuff that can move around and engage with you, basically. So like if we click here and click on actor Sora, we have a version of Sora. There's like a billion different versions of Sora in the game. If we hit Al 14 carpet, it's going to show, you know, the carpet from the Aladdin minigame. And all of them have different prefixes and then secondary prefixes and then a number. And the number is what denotes what the character is, or what the model is. So for instance, B here, I think is, I don't remember what B is. What is B? Okay, it looks like it is a boss. Is probably what I would guess. Yeah, because I remember BEX 110 is like, I think, Axel, yeah. So B stands for boss. What we want is W, which stands for weapon. There's also a lot of these F underscore ones. I think these are like functions or something along those lines. It's just stuff that you can mess with in the game. But like I said, what we want is down here. Just for reference, all of the P ones are player, but it also includes, or I think it stands for party, basically, because you've also got like Jack Sparrow here, and you have like all the Donald and Goofy ones there. Here we go, weapons. So we got W_AL. Usually it is the name of the movie that the thing is actually from. So for instance, here it's AL for Aladdin. Here it's, I think it's Caribbean is what this means. No, it just keeps doing that. Like, I don't know what's up with my internet. When it tries to loop the song, it like breaks. So since this is CA, you can tell that it's Caribbean. EXs are all the ones that the player has access to. So EX anything is going to be something that like Sora, Donald, or Goofy uses. O10 is for Donald. Or no, I'm sorry. O10 is for the Keyblades. And then the underscore, and then the other one is like what version that is. So we have EX01020. And if we open that, it's going to be Oblivion, right? And then if we go to 30 and open that, it's going to be Starseeker. So it's just a different version of it. And then if you see after that, it has underscore TR underscore NM. Those ones are just the different textured version that they use for a different world. Why they have a completely different model with a completely different texture on top of it, I don't know. But that's how they choose to do it. So, yeah, no biggie. So what we need is Ultima Weapon. That's going to be O10 something. So now we just have to kind of manually search through. That looks like it's Beast's Castle. Let's go to the very bottom of EXO10s, because they are in kind of order. So here's ZO. Okay, so that's Detection Saber. These are some junk Keyblades that were in the files for the game that we as players of the like randomizer get replaced with other models. So like they put in different models for all of the different like ultimate weapons from the other games, just like fill those slots for the rando to make it more interesting. Why didn't the music start up again? Play. There we go. I just need to find like a 10-hour version. Okay, so this is the Roxas Dark and Roxas Light. So these are actually specifically the Oathkeeper and Oblivion that Roxas uses that you can gain control over. Let's see, R0 is... Okay, so we're getting closer. This is the Mushroom 13 one. So let's see, PO. And that is to become 1. NO. And 0. And that's Ultimate Weapon. Okay, so what we're going to do is copy this one, this one, this one, and this one. So this is all of the ones that are for... Sorry, I'm spacing a little bit. These are all of the ones that are for Ultima Weapons. So we're going to go ahead and copy those. And we're going to go ahead and take them over here to our Stopsign folder. We're going to paste them into the OBJ. Then we're going to go to Remastered. These are all of the textures. So what now we're going to go ahead and do is, since now we know W underscore EX underscore 010 underscore N0 is Ultima Weapon, now we're going to go back to KH2. We were just in OBJ, which is a type of model folder, but it also stands for object. So now we're going to go to Remastered, because all of the textures for the Remastered version, which is the one that we're using since we're playing PC, are in here. So now that we're in Remastered, a lot of these are the same as the one previous, so we're just going to open up OBJ again. And so now you can see that we have all the same files that we did before, but now they're all folders. We know what we need to find, so we're going to scroll all the way down to W underscore EX. Was it N0? Did I really scroll perfectly? Yeah, N0. Okay, cool. So we're going to grab all of these N0s. We don't need the .a.us. We might if we do editing of the like effects and stuff like that, but for right now, we're just swapping the Keyblades, so it's not a huge deal for me. So we're going to go back into the OBJ. We're going to grab these out. We're going to pop them in here. So now, if I click on this one and see, you're going to see that all of them are labeled -0.dds. That just basically means it's the first image in a array of images that it knows to pick from for whatever model is assigned that texture. It's kind of complicated. I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't want to make it any more complicated. But yeah, but that's the texture. So we're going to open it up in Photoshop. Which I didn't know Photoshop could do, because I had been having trouble opening. Yeah, okay, cool. I can't open it. So what we're gonna do is there's a couple different programs that I've found that are super duper helpful for what we want to do. So we're gonna go to games, mods, and then we have general tools. We're gonna go ahead and open up this thing called Noesis, which is basically just a file viewer with a lot more tools to allow us to access the stuff that we couldn't see before. So as you can see, I was already in that same folder that we were in before looking at the weapons. So if I go down here, what was this one? Oh, yeah, it's Timeless Server, okay. It's just Kingdom Key Timeless Server. So we were at NO. So as you can see, these are like the particle effects that are gonna come out whenever we use this Keyblade. If we go to... Where's the Model X? Oh shit, did I copy and paste, or did I cut and paste them somehow? Instead of copy and paste? Because I did not mean to do that. Or did I just drag them and not even think about it? That might have been what I did. That would be very silly of me. Glad I didn't mess any of them up then. Okay, so we're just gonna jump back into remastered and then OBJ, and then if I paste these, yeah, okay, that's why. All right, so then if I come back here and then we look around, they should still be here. I probably have to refresh it real quick. Oh wait, is this? I don't think that does it for the folder. This is the only problem with this, is that it's such a huge folder full of so many files that it takes like forever just to scroll up and down. But if we close that and then reopen it, it should refresh it. And then if we go down here, NO Model X. So if we open this up, you can see this is the texture for the Stopsign. We don't really need this because we're not doing a recolor or anything, but it's good to just know what it is. And then if you go here, you can see what it looks like in all of the other worlds. So like this is it in Tron, you know, this is it in Nightmare Before Halloween, all that kind of stuff. So we have that information. Now what we need to do is open up another program from OpenKH, which is the Model X editor. So if we open this up, we can go ahead and file open. We're gonna go to here. We're gonna go to the custom mod GitHub repos. We're gonna go to the Stopsign. We're gonna go to OBJ, and then we open this. So the reason we're doing this is because all of the bones for these Keyblades are different. They are the same in their naming, but their positioning might be different. So what we need to do is we're going to export it as an FBX file. We're just going to go ahead and put it working files. We're going to put it here. We're going to name it Ultima Weapon. I'm gonna pick a different song. That's why I stopped. Okay. So now we have that file. So if we go in here to Maya, which is my preferred 3D modeling software, and then we go to import, we should be able to scroll to where we are. I gotta change my project. There we go. And then if we import, cool. If we go to the working files, we can open up the Ultima weapon. Did it not fully export out? Oh, it's because I didn't type .fbx. Some programs are weird about that. You have to make sure you cover your bases. We import it again. I didn't do it right again. We want to export as a .fbx. There we go. Let me pull this open and double check. Okay, cool. Let's delete the other two that we do not need because they are not real. Cool. All right, so this is what the Keyblade looks like in the 3D modeling software. It's a lot of planes, which are just like flat, you know, shapes basically in 3D space. The reason for that is because this model doesn't actually have the depth that it looks like it does. It's all just these planes with textures that are overlapping on each other to make it look like how it does. But that's fine because we don't need any of this. We can delete all of that. Actually, no, that's not true. I lied. We don't need any of it except for the shape. So we're gonna go ahead and group these. Why isn't it grouping? There we go. I'm done. Okay, so we're gonna put this and we're gonna name it original underscore Ultima. So the reason that we need it, but we don't fully need it, is because we want to put that into a layer and then put it into T, which means transparent. So now it's just a wireframe, and the reason that we want that is because we want Sora to be able to hold it and have it fit the exact same dimensions as the original weapon, because otherwise, when he swings it, it's gonna look funky if it hits or doesn't hit. So now we just have to do the easy part, which is modeling a stop sign. Stop signs are incredibly easy. They are a cylinder comprised of 8 sides. And not only that, they are planes. So we already know from looking at the weapon that we just inputted that planes are fine in the Kingdom Hearts modeling software. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in here. We do want to line it up perfectly. So what we want to do is snap it there, and then it is snapped to this joint. So now we know it's perfectly lined up. We can move this to have this reach just about here, and then we can make it a little bit bigger just so that it feels like it hits the same hitbox with the actual blade itself. So now that we know that, we can hide that part, and then we can do the other thing that we need to do, which is a cube. We're gonna shrink it down, we're gonna pull it up to have it snap with here. We're gonna just pull it out so that it reaches the whole length of the model. Now we need to look at what stop signs look like in real life, and they are back side. Okay. So let's make this a tube, which is very easy to do. We're gonna actually throw this into its own layer as well. We're just gonna name the layer joints underscore layer. And then we can lock that so we won't accidentally be grabbing it. So the pole should actually go all the way up here. And then we can take this stop sign, and instead of having it snap there, we're gonna have it snap there so it fits more. And what we're gonna do now is add on all of the other extra stuff we have to add on to. Actually, let's do it the other way. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So, actually, let's move you just a hair above, just so that I know that you're not gonna be messing with each other. Okay. So let's merge. Oh wait, we want to make this smooth. The easiest way to do that is actually just going to be to grab both of the edge faces, delete those, and then we can go into modeling and mesh, and then we're going to smooth it. And that's going to make it basically perfectly rounded for our purposes without it being super high poly. It also adds one in the middle, like a break basically, but we don't need that, so we're just going to go ahead and delete that. Then we are going to click on the edges of those faces that we cut off, both of them. And then we're going to mesh, fill hole, and then we can grab the faces and then hit mesh triangulate. And it did it the worst possible way, but it really doesn't matter for our purposes because again, this is going to be a super simple model. So now we can go ahead and mesh combine, so that just makes them one mesh for our purposes. And then what we're going to do is flip to the back side, and we're going to make two planes. We're gonna snap it here, or not two planes, we're gonna make a cube, excuse me. But what we don't need are these faces. So we're gonna delete those, and we're gonna move this back and down so that it's just above there. Then we're going to cut in a new face. So we're basically adding an edge onto the shape so that now, if you look right there and there, there's two more faces. And we can grab those and drag them up a little bit, and then drag these out, and ooh, we don't want you on component, sorry. Out and up to match. And we'll move it down a little bit, yeah. And then we're going to go ahead and add an edge here. Move these two in and down. And then those two, there looks good. And then we can separate these out a little bit more. And now we have the backing for it, which was pretty easy. So we're going to go ahead and soften this edge just so that it all matches. And it's kind of like a smooth bump over. If I add that, it might make it a little bit easier to see. Not really, but just a bit. This will make it easier to see. There we go. So now we're gonna do just duplicate it and then move it down. And now we have our stop sign. It's done. This is really all we need from it. The best part is that since it is so simple, it makes its where's the cut edges? Sure. Okay. It makes it super easy to texture as well. So what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna go ahead. No, it's fine. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and these two buttons, when I hit them, it's basically deleting everything that. Oh, I didn't even mean to be flustered. Whoops. Yeah, I'm making a stop sign for Soul. Soul said that a couple times that he's wanted to have a stop sign over the Ultima weapon for some reason, so we're just gonna mod it in real quick. So if we come back over here and then go to UV editing. So I've explained UVs a couple times before. I don't think on here before, but I have explained them a couple times before. Oh my god, it just crashed. I love Maya. It's okay. It's okay. Luckily, it did autosave. Sometimes it doesn't. So that was lucky. We're gonna go ahead and do what I should have done earlier and save it real quick. Okay. So now it's saved. So we don't have to worry about it too much. Stopsign. So now we're gonna go ahead and go into UV editing. As long as it doesn't crash this time. I'm also just, oh my god, why are you crashing whenever I delete a material? That's so fucked. This program is bonkers sometimes. It's not even letting me click the close button. Oh my gosh. I'm glad we saved. Let me crack open Task Manager real quick and suffocate Maya to sleep. Okay, let's try it again with a fresh open. And we're gonna go ahead and what I'm gonna do real quick is see if there's a different way for me to delete the materials without having to select them in the hyper shade, which is like kind of like Maya's, you know, window for just that thing. I still haven't gotten, that sucks. Okay, open Stopsign. What we're gonna do is, well, I guess we don't need the original model anymore either, so we're gonna go ahead and delete that. Let's not show just DAGs. What we're gonna do is delete everything but Lambert 1. And then we can delete all of those as well, and then we can delete all of these as well. We don't need any of this. That's basically all just stuff from the material telling it how to connect to each other, because the original model, since it had so many textures, it had a ton of materials, even though it only needed one, really. Now what we're gonna do is we should be able to open up UV Editor without it crashing. Dope, okay. So now if you look, the UVs are jank as hell. It just kind of looks ugly. We're gonna make a super duper simple UV, or not UV, texture, just so that I can show you guys a little bit easier how this works. So this is pretty helpful. We're gonna go ahead and take these two. We're gonna put them there. We're going to make them as big as we can to fit the square. And then we're just gonna get like raw metal texture. Okay. And again, this is just to show you guys kind of how textures work, and make it simple. Okay, so we're just gonna put it exactly like that. Then we're gonna go ahead and save this as a copy, or not a copy, excuse me. Quick export is what I meant. Quick export as PNG. There's definitely better ways to do it. That's just the easiest way for me a lot of times. Go to Kingdom Hearts. We're gonna go to custom modeling repo, Stopsign, and then working files. And then we're gonna put rushed Stopsign. We're gonna do a better texture. This is just to help us with UVing. I honestly never do it like this, but it's whatever. It's not a big deal at all. So we're gonna give this a new material. We're going to make it a Lambert because we don't really care about what the material is. That only matters in rendering software and stuff like that. If you're doing it in game engines, you still kind of need to know how to do it in Maya, but right now we don't. So we're gonna click the color. We're gonna take it to be a file, and then we're gonna connect that file link to the texture that we just made. So if we go back, this is the wrong project. I should be on the different project. If we click it and import it, we can back up and we will be in where we need to be. Grab the textured from the remastered folder, or no, I'm sorry, from the working files folder. And then we have the rush Stopsign. So bam, now we have a texture. If I click on it and I put us in shaded view, you can see it's all fucked up. And that's because the textures are fucked up, but that's gonna be super easy for us to fix. So we're gonna take all of the faces, and we are going to create automatic. This is auto UVing. You almost never want this. This is not good. You would never want it to be like this. I'm no longer flustered. Sorry about that. Oh my God, Simon. Simon, no. I have to fix my boy. Okay. Sometimes he just likes to look like me. I get it. I'm cute. Yeah. So, now everything is like stuck right here. We're wasting a ton of space. So what we're gonna do is reshape it to fit better. So right now we have these two octagons, which are the faces. We have all of these, which are the backings, and then the end points of our cylinder. And then we have this, which is all of the points of our cylinder. So we're just gonna go ahead and grab this. We're gonna move right here, make it big. You can see that since it doesn't, Maya doesn't know that we're trying to make an octagon. In fact, I guess I didn't know that we're trying to make an octagon because I didn't change the orientation. So let me just go ahead and, here's where you have to know how to do a little bit of math. So, the octagon has 8 faces.
Soon I will be the only Morgan.
No, you can't be the only Morgan. If we go to calculator, or just any, any calculator, and we type in, we have 360 degrees, and then we divide that by how many edges we have, which is 8. So if we divide it by 8, that's 45. So we need to move this 45 degrees to get it to snap perfectly onto a face. So since this is going to be in chunks of 15, that goes, 1, 2, 3. No, what? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Since we have it perfectly on a face, but it's on the edge of the face, we basically then just need to divide that by 2. So actually what we're gonna do is separate these out and then recombine these two because they need to be together for this to be easy. If we go back to general, we can go ahead and delete their history. And then we're gonna rotate them in here because it makes it easy to do specific values. So we have 45. 45 divided by 2 is 22.5. So we're just gonna do 22.5. And as you can see, now it is perfectly lined up. And then we don't need to erase the rotation, but we're gonna, and then we're gonna recombine them, and it's perfect. We do need to delete history and everything there. Okay, so, I did it again. Sorry, I'm so used to using my numpad when I'm using Maya. I keep forgetting that that's what I'm using to change my faces. Okay, so now we have that right. We're gonna jump back over to UV editing. So now you can see that this face actually looks lined up on the back. But what we're gonna do is UV shell grab it. We're going to do the same thing, which actually might be a little bit harder, unless we can. There's some good tools in here. We're gonna go to arrange and layout and then orient shells. Okay, cool. Orient shells usually helps a lot. But otherwise what we could have done is just gone up to transform, and then we couldn't have it rotate by specific amounts. We could have just put in 22.5 and it would have been fine. But now we wanna line it up as best we can here. And as you can see, it's rotated the wrong way in this space, so we're just gonna go ahead and bam.
I'll get no sleep till I've seen these scoundrels
Ooh, I love Briley DeVault. Yes. It's under Hollow Moon. Yeah, I know you love me. What's up? Are you gonna tell me to take off my glasses, you little bitch?
According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway, because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Barry Benson. Barry is picking out his shirt. Yellow, black. Yellow, black. Yellow, black.
I hate this
Yellow,
part.
black. Ooh, black and yellow. Let's shake it up a little.
Great. Thank you so much. I love you. Okay, so that's how we could do it. But what we are going to do instead is we're going to use what's called an automatic just by itself. So now the two are as big as they could have been, or it tries to make them as big as, no, I'm dumb, sorry. When we go to unfold and then hit unfold and optimize, and no, what am I doing wrong? That's so weird. Okay. When you automatic it, it tries to make it all exactly the same space, like shape that it needs to be. We are gonna go ahead and just take what we have here. And we're gonna make it as big as we can. while fitting in this square. And then we can do the same thing here. Now, something interesting is that if we rotate this, everything's very stout. We can have everything snapped together pretty low, almost below half of it. So what we could do, if we cared about file size and all that stuff, what we could do is make it so that the texture is actually half of what it is, and it just stretches it to fit everything, but we don't really care about that. So we're just gonna grab all these edges, except for the one that we don't care about, which is gonna be the back one, and then stitch those together so they're all one thing, basically. I still fucked up somehow. There we go. And now they all kind of loop together. And then if we go ahead and orient that again, we're good. And then for this back panel, we're just gonna attach all of these together because they really have no reason to not all be together. And then we're gonna stitch those together and then do it again. All right. And then we'll just go ahead and unfold and optimize them to make sure that they are like as best optimized to make the picture that's going to be behind them as nice looking as possible. And then we can make them just a touch bigger, and then we're going to grab these, drag these down, and we'll make them a touch bigger, but we're not going to connect them over there because that would F up everything else. Okay, so now we have our stop sign. It's ready to be textured. A good test to make sure that everything's oriented nicely is to, if you click this button and then, no, there we go. That will show a checkbox to test with, basically. So if we're looking at this where it would be upright and facing us, this is upside down. So we're gonna grab this and we're just gonna go ahead and rotate it 180, bam, bam. And then we can check the same thing on the back. That one's already good. So now at least it's upright and we won't have to worry about that kind of thing. We should do the same thing with these two. It's really easy to do. You just take it, put it over here. If it shows the one upright, you're good. And then we can just hit Z. And then the same thing. I kind of want this to be going left to right. Actually, this one really doesn't matter. So we're just going to leave it like that. Okay. So now we have this. We can go ahead and go back to General. We're going to delete all the history. And now we need to do the other part. The other easy thing about this specific model for a Keyblade mod is that it doesn't have a keychain. So if we hide the model that we just made and we show the bones for the actual model, you can see that there's this bone to this bone and then all of these ones together. So those are for the, oh, I deleted all of them. Those are for the keychain. We don't care about any of that because we don't have a keychain doing a thing. We just have the pole. I did fuck up a little bit, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is delete the bone by deleting that other thing. We're gonna import that thing again, the Keyblade, the Ultima weapon, right here. So we just re-imported it. I shouldn't have deleted it just because we need to know exactly where the handle is to make things a little bit easier when it comes to like the bone joints connecting to a model. So if we go over to rigging, we can go on to the handle specifically, where we know it's going to be moving. And then go to the paint skin weights tool. And now we can see on a scale of like 1 to 0 which bones are influencing what models. So if you look here, all of these bones, some of them are being used to influence these back ones, and that's because the higher on the chain you go, the lower you are in the hierarchy, and it's using it so this one will control itself and the next bone. So it's saying this little square that's white now, that's going to move whenever bone 0004 moves. But it's also bone 004 is going to move bone 005, which is going to move this chain to do the same thing, basically. So that's how that works. So now that we know that only bone 002 is controlling the blade, So if I switch to any other model, you're going to see that on 002, any model that we open up that is this blade is all going to be white, because that's the only thing that it matters about right now. So what we're going to do is grab all of these again. We're going to hide them. We're going to open up our Stopsign. We're going to bind it to that skeleton. So now it knows that that skeleton controls it. And then what we're going to do is go into the paint skin weight section again. We're going to go to the 2, and we're just going to flood the whole thing white. So now when we grab this bone, which is where it functions, we can swing it around with no problem. And all that kind of stuff. Otherwise, it might have some jank effects when we do the keychain bones, and we don't want it to do that. So now we have our mesh and the skeleton. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to delete all of the mesh. We're going to delete all of these. And all of these. And Lambert 2 is fine. And then we're going to go ahead and even delete Lambert 2. We're just going to give it back Lambert 1. Because now we don't really need that other thing anyway. So that's just telling it what its texture is, basically. So now we can export the texture, or export the model and the bones. I'm going to go ahead and export them back into working files. No, not workspace, working files. There we go. Okay, and we're going to call it Stopsign. We need to check our settings sometimes. We don't need anything this time, though. So we can just uncheck animation. We don't need cameras or lights or anything along those lines. So we're just going to go ahead and export like that. So now what we can do is 2 things. If we open up the model viewer, now in this model, we can import that model. Error loading. Oh, it's because it doesn't have texture 000 PNG. It needs a texture, or it needs a texture attached to it, basically. Hang on. Now that I'm thinking about it, it really shouldn't. I don't know why that's not working. Well, I'll figure that out later. So if we go here and we import that mesh that we just made, we can see that it does not have a texture, but that's easy to fix. So what we're gonna do is, all of Kingdom Hearts' textures are stylized and hand painted, but there's a lot of easy ways to fake hand paintedness. I'm not really good at a lot of them yet, but there are a lot of easy ways. First thing we're gonna do is just grab any material, really. Honestly, since we don't use, since everything's hand painted, they never actually use any shines or anything like that. They never use any roughnesses or anything like that. So the engine itself isn't making the bumps and stuff on top of it. It's all ingrained in the texture. So we don't have to worry about any other layers that are used in modern gaming stuff for like rendering textures and stuff like that. We can just focus on just the base color. So we're gonna go ahead and just put a fill in. We're gonna go ahead and change it to, let's look at our little stop sign. Let me check my Discord, make sure no one's yelling at me. Justice is yelling at me. It's titties. Sorry, things might have gotten a little recursive there for a second. So I'm just closing a couple of things I don't need. I don't like it when my windows are cluttered. Not that. What am I trying to open up again? I don't remember. Either way, doesn't matter. Let's pull Twitch out onto this one. Okay, so we can copy the base color from this Google image of the stop sign. We're gonna give it a mask that's black. That means that nothing is being influenced. And then we're gonna change just these faces to be white. So it will only ever be affecting these faces. Even if we swap over there, you can tell that it doesn't. We'll grab another fill, and I'm just gonna name this one metal base. We're gonna throw it underneath, and then we're gonna put it in a folder and name it metal bits. Everything's metal bits on it, but I'm just gonna use that to distinguish that from the actual stop sign part. Sign image. So we're gonna add that on top, into this folder, and then, so now we have the basics. It's pretty easy from here. We are going to add in, however, a couple things that make just it super easy to create our image. We're gonna create another black mask, and on that black mask, we're gonna add a fill. And in that fill, we're gonna go over here and select a resource. There's a ton of different images you can use. Some of them will add stuff like dirt. So now you can see it's adding just like this noise of dirt onto the image. And I can come back here and change the color to make it kind of grimy, or I can, you know, do a ton of different things with all of the other aspects of it that we need. But what we're going to use it for is to make a non-destructive drawing on top of this. So it's not like, it's kind of hard to describe non-destructive workflow to people that don't understand, that haven't that only know how to do destructive workflow. And I know destructive workflow makes it sound like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just how it works. A lot of digital art is non-destructive because you can go backwards, but you can still only go backwards so far. If you create things in a way where you can just like turn them on and off, instead of like back and forth, it makes it a lot easier to edit down the road if you don't want it, or don't like it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in here and look for a circle, or even just a shape, maybe an octagon. You can still do destructive workflow in Substance Painter, but I just prefer to do it the other way around if I can. There's basically a ton of different shapes that we can use for our needs right now. So let's just go ahead and search circle. Or let's try square, because a lot of those usually work. Let's grab the rounded one and then drag it here. And then you can see that it has different effects that we can add onto it. This one, unfortunately, doesn't let you change how many shapes it has, or sides it has, excuse me. Where's this one? Square to circle? No. Let's do shape. Because shape sometimes does. Okay, what about pyramid? Or no, star maybe? No, I know there's got to be one that lets you make different multiple sides. Let's try searching octagon. No, okay. What about polygon? There we go. That's what I need. Okay. So polygon, and then if we go down here to pattern, we can change it to have 8 sides. Easy peasy. So now we're gonna shrink it down, and we're gonna make it the exact same size. You shouldn't be doing it like that. There we go. We're gonna make this 4th as much the exact same size as this UV as we can. Okay, I think that should be as centered as we can get it. Yeah, we're tiling on one. Oh, that's kind of cool. But we don't want it to do that. Okay, so now we have this. I'm gonna just put it at 2, I think, actually. No, fuck. Okay. I'm gonna do this the dirty way. This will also ensure that it's perfectly centered, so. Okay, that should be perfect. So we'll lock it there. And then what we want to do is, instead of having it flood that, we're going to have it flood white. And then we can make a copy of that layer. We can go here and we can shrink it a little bit. And then have it be colored red like before. And now we have, actually let's do it like out to here, and then we'll have this one be going out to here. And now we have the little outline that's on it. I'm actually going to go ahead and add a black mask to the whole layer, just so that it's not going to get interrupted anywhere else. So there we go. Now we have our this front of our stop sign. We can grab all these and put them in another folder and name it color and shapes. Move all of that in there and then close that, and we don't have to worry about that anymore. The next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is add in another fill layer. We're going to do the same thing where we're going to add a fill. We're going to put text. So then if we look in here, there's a couple different texts that are, you know, kind of flat images. So we can just click stop and then put stop into the fill. And then move it however we want to get it to be where we want to, but that's not what we want to do. That's boring. It's not going to look good. So we're going to delete that. We're going to create another black mask. We're going to create another fill. And then instead of having it just be this flat image, we can find fonts that are in the thing. We can find one that looks pretty much just like a stop sign font. I think you can also import your own fonts, but I have not done that yet because I don't really use it that much. We might need to though. Let's do Orbitron. Actually, that looks pretty good. We can add that here. So as you can see, it says substance. We can make the size a lot smaller in that, but then make it bigger here so that it fits where we want it to fit without having the text right next to the edge, basically. So we're just going to take this, we're going to name it, put stop. We're going to align it to the center. And we're going to make it bold. Right there. And actually what we're going to do is I'm going to push it this way because I think that's going to make it look more like an actual stop signs text. Okay. Let me see if I can find what the font is that they actually use on stop signs. Highway Gothic. That's so dumb. Okay. It looks like you need to make them in Substance designer first. Okay, well, let's not worry about it then for the moment. Okay, so let's do that, and then let's also go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab the stop one, and just to make it easy on us, I'm also just gonna go ahead and make it big and throw it right here. I'm thinking of actually making two versions, one that says stop and one that says stopga. So we're just gonna make it as big as we think it should be to fit here. Bam, stop sign, cool. Now what we want to do is make this look like metal and make it look like this is getting held on the back. The easiest way to do that is a couple different things, but the first thing we're going to do is go into the metal bits. We're going to create a paint layer, and we're going to name it Sign Back Shadow. We're going to make that have another black mask, and on that black mask, we're going to make it only select the back side. In fact, we should just do one that says sign back and then throw this in here, and then we're going to copy this mask, delete it, add black mask, and then paste in a mask, so it just moved it up there. So now we can add a bunch more, and we don't have to do that every single time. So we have this is just this. So what I'm going to do is come in here, and we want to add a little shadow to where the thing is being held on. So we're going to scroll this down. We're actually going to first make sure it doesn't say stop. And then we're going to change the hardness to 1. And we're just going to draw a line right down the middle. And you can see we have the line. It's hard to see this because we don't have the shadows working with us. So I'll actually turn that on for now, just to make it a little bit easier on myself. But we're gonna draw just full black out there. We can also do it on the mesh if we want to. But usually that adds complications because it might like change how the brush is facing and all that kind of stuff. Either way, doesn't super matter because we're just doing a shadow. So the easiest way to do that is just draw the black right there. And then we're just gonna change this to a multiply. So instead of just being black on top, it's gonna multiply. When did I turn into Solid Snake? And why didn't any of you tell me? Can't believe this. Okay. What we're gonna do is change it to a multiply. So instead of just being black on top of whatever else is there, it's gonna make it so that if we lower the opacity, it will multiply the darkness or whatever we have basically by what's underneath it. So now it's being multiplied by the gray. So it's making the gray darker because the black is at 64% basically. But then what we're gonna do is add a filter to this layer, and we're gonna add the blur layer. We're gonna crank that blur intensity up real high. So now it looks like the thing is creating a little bit of a shadow. And we can go in here and then disable the blur layer at any time and just draw in a little more and add or subtract as we need to make it look consistent and good. And we don't want too much. We don't want to make it super overt, so I might go back in and erase it later and make it a little bit simpler, but we don't need to really worry about that right now. We're gonna make another folder, and we're gonna put it down here, not in sign back, but in metal bits. We're gonna name it pole, and we're just gonna do the same thing we did before, add a black mask, and then grab all of these for the white part of the mask. So now it should only affect that one. Perfect. We can make it another paint layer and do the same thing where we're going to add a filter at levels. filter, make it a blur. And then we can go here, disable it just for now because we're painting. And then we're gonna paint another shadow. So like, you know, a full black, just right over where that is. So if we do right here, that's covering all of it right there, where it's being covered by, you know, that joint. And then we can do it again. Nope, that's too far. That's too far that way. All right, perfect. And we're just gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna blur it. How much should we blur this one by? It's blurred by 7.72. So if we copy that, it should be basically identical. And then we're gonna change this one to a multiply as well. And then lower this down to 60 like the other one. Oh shit. What did I change? What did I do? Oh, I deleted the blur. That's what. Okay, cool. Yeah, so now we have the blur is also applying there. The next thing that we can do is draw in some screws, and luckily there are screw bolts as a built-in function. The unfortunate problem, or the unfortunate part, is that, well, no, actually, those don't look too bad. Cool. So we're gonna change these a little bit. We're gonna make them into bolts. Cool. Just 'cause I like bolts more. And then we're just gonna go ahead and draw these here. And they can look a little funky. That's okay. It's all gonna add to it in the end. And since we have those now, I'm gonna actually go ahead and duplicate these. And then we can do the same thing we did earlier and just add a filter and add a blur and then increase the blur to give it a little bit of a shadow. We are gonna also go ahead and add another filter and make it, where is it? Not histogram scan, not high pass. What am I looking for? Clamp. No, it's not that. Levels. Duh, it's not a filter. Okay. If we do this, we can then make it so that all of the blacks are way stronger, basically. So that it will think that it's a lot darker than it is. Okay. That looks good to me, but it doesn't exactly look like metal. The bolts do, which is good. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna make another metal base. If we just go to metal base and then we copy the color of that, how does that look? I don't hate it. Let's change the color for the back brackets and make them a little bit, I don't know. Let's actually, no, let's change the color of the bolts. The easiest way to do that might be to divide them. No, absolutely not. Let's make this a little bit lighter. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Let's make the back face a little bit lighter as well. By doing this, and then we can just make it pure white and then remove every other aspect from it. We haven't been dealing with that anyway. But then if we go ahead and divide it by that, We should be able to, not divide, whoops. Is it screen? Yeah, if we screen it, we can add a little bit more light to it and also lower the shadow a little bit if we wanted to. But let's go ahead and drag it down here into sign back. I should have just done it like that. Actually, you know what? If I just do it like this, I just put it underneath that and then make it normal, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so we have that. Usually you don't want to have this much gray on gray, but I think this is our best option. Okay, so we have stop. Now what we want to do is add a little bit of texture to it. Not a lot, but a little bit. Because if it just is one color, it looks so boring that it's hard to tell what it is. So we're going to go ahead and add in, I'm just going to find any metal, because usually they kind of know what they're doing, and find like a scratched one. So that's brushed worn. We want one that's kind of really fucked up. Let's also just go to the smart materials only. Not the iron old, that's too fucked up. Not bronze statue, some kind of steel. Steel ruined. Yeah, that might be good. Let's do steel ruined. So we're going to throw that in. And then we are going to basically turn off the color. Or, I'm sorry. The other aspects on every single thing. And let's hide that. There we go. That was the problem. Because it thinks the whole edge is thing is an edge because I haven't I didn't bake it because I didn't want to. Okay, cool. So now we have that, which looks cool, but is also really intense, and it's making it impossible for us to see that other part. So let's go ahead and start removing stuff to see what looks best. Okay, so now we're back to here. If we add that, it's too bright, obviously. If we add this, it still kind of gets rid of all of the stuff that we want to be able to see. That I don't hate. That dirt, or those bumps, I don't hate that, but it's a little intense, so let's shelve it for now. The dirt, I also don't hate, but again, it's a little intense, so we're going to ignore it for now. Edge damage, kind of the same vibe. If I put this above everything, is it gonna fuck everything up? No, it's fine. Okay. And this is also gonna add to the front, which I think is good. So I like that one. And then edge highlight, no. Sharpen, no. Dirt occlusion, no. Okay. So let's take this edge damage one, because I think I like this one the most. If we go into here, we can change up the information on it to make it more or less intense, and then also add other filters to further change it to what we want it to look like. So let's go ahead and add another filter. We're going to add, where is it? Histogram, scan. So now, as you can see, we can make it more like one thing, or less. So we're going to find a happy middle ground. I think something around here is good. Then we can go ahead and come into here. There's a lot of other things we can do to sell this as metal better that I don't know how to do yet, so we're just kind of trying to cover our, stuff. We're gonna make another filter. We're gonna do blur slope. Is this the one I want? No. Oh no, it is blur slope. Okay, cool. So now what it's doing is it's adding all of them together in like a weird way, like this, which is making it kind of hard to tell what everything is, but it's adding a niceness to it. So then if we go ahead and blur that, we can blur it just a little bit, just a touch, and then on top of that, oops, not a fill. We're gonna add one more filter. We're going to add a, is it bevel? No, not bevel. There. Okay, I like that. I think that's good. Cool. So that is our stop sign. Like I said, I know there's a couple of different things we could do to make it sell more as metal, but I don't super know how to do them. Actually, there is one last thing we're gonna do. We're gonna go here, and then on the pole, we'll just do a normal paint layer at the very top. It's not a big deal. We're just gonna draw two little shapes. We're not doing screw bolts. We're gonna make it black. Here and here, and then we're just gonna go ahead and add a filter. We're gonna add a blur filter, and just make it so that now it looks like a tube here. I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. What's my shape? 2.75. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, so now it looks like that. Actually, there is one thing we can do. Let's go ahead and add in a kind of angled gradient. So really all we're gonna do is draw a line, kind of like this. Maybe a couple. No, that doesn't look angled enough. That's weird. I wonder if I didn't unfold that right. Did I not unfold you? Am I dumb? Am I a little dummy? No, you're unfolded. Yeah, you're unfolded. I don't know. That's weird. Oh well, whatever. Let's go ahead and we're just gonna paint basically, whoops, all of this. We're just gonna paint all of it black. And then if we add a very, very subtle, let me erase you guys. Yeah, so let's do it like this. And then let's go ahead and just make it like a super, super, super low percentage. Sometimes that will end up adding a little bit, that it's hard to notice sometimes, but it will make a difference. Yeah, I like that, perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna rename this stop sign. And then we can go ahead and here, we're gonna save it as, we're gonna get to the working files. We're gonna name this Stopsign. And then we can export the textures. We only need the base color, so we can get rid of everything else basically. And then make sure that it's getting put to the right place, which is games, mods, Kingdom Hearts, KH2 modding, or not modding workspace, excuse me, custom repos, Stopsign, working files. Cool. Let's make a new folder, name it textures. Select folder. And then we can just make it Unreal Engine 4-packed. It doesn't really matter. And then just export that. And now if we come here, we can click it and open it, and we have our texture. So let's go into Maya. We're gonna copy it, and no, actually no, it's perfect there. I think it might have actually needed the material attached to it, so that might have been why I was having issues. Go to the attribute editor. We can, oops, no, we don't want to do that. Edit, delete all by type, non-deformer history. Okay. So then if we give it a new material and name it Stopsign, and then okay, as you guys can see, now it has the texture in here. So we can go ahead and grab it again, and then go ahead and export it. Okay, so now I'm hoping if we import replace mesh, what the fuck? Is it because texture OOO is in here? What if I delete that? What the fuck? I don't understand. Do I need to name it that? Is that why I'm being dumb? Let me be dumb for a second. It has been a hot minute since I did this, so I might just be misremembering what the procedure is supposed to be. Oh. Okay, so we've moved on to a different issue, which is good. I forgot to triangulate it. It only wants models that are only triangles, and we had, what are they called? We had like 4 edged polygons, so we just have to triangulate it real quick, and it should be good. So I think that was the problem. We just needed to rename that one file. Okay, so we just re-exported it, and now if we re-import it, I did it wrong. Whoops. Let's reopen the file. Okay. Import. What happened? Hold on. Oh, I understand what the problem was. I'm dumb. Do all by type, non-former history. Okay. We're good now. Okay, perfect. All right. So now if we import it, boom. stop, but it's blue. Why is it blue? What the fuck? What the shit? That's not what the actual texture looks like. Why is it importing blue? That's so weird. Okay, well, we'll have to figure that out. Hi, Devil That Cries. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Either way, it doesn't super matter because we're just going to replace that texture again anyway later. So actually what we want to do is have the smallest possible version of that texture that we can give it, which is very easy. So if we go ahead and open, we can go ahead and open up we can open the texture again, and then go ahead and image adjustments. We'll go to canvas size, and not canvas size, excuse me, image size. So something about textures in video games and stuff that you might have heard about before. You want to have everything easily scalable, so you don't ever want odd numbers. So what we do is, to make sure everything is always an even number, is the scale of files should always just multiply by 2 for the next step. So like 1 is to 2, 2 is to 4, 4 is to 8, 8 16, 16 32, so on and so forth. So since we have it at 2048 by 2048, what we can just do is go to 8 by 8. So this is what they meant when they said 8-bit. This is 8-bit. But we can go ahead and save it. And so now, if we're over here, we have the backup texture, and we have the 8-bit one, like the literal 8-bit one. It's not 8 bits, but it is 8, by 8. So now let's go ahead and re-import it. This is probably the wrong way to do it, because we want to make sure it's on the other one. See, it can't even tell what the color is because it's so small. The texture is, I mean. See, the texture is literally that little gray cube in this giant box. So it's so small that it can barely even pick it up. But that's fine, because it's not even going to read this texture. It just needs to know that texture exists. As we can see, we have the collision and everything. We can see it if we need to, but we don't really need to see it. So we're just going to go ahead and save as. And we're going to name it, and since it's in the working files, we're going to name it W_EX. No, actually, we're going to name it. Actually, we're just going to name it Stopsign. Yeah, just Stopsign, honestly, because it's a Model X. That way we know what it is. So now we have. Oh no, I'm dumb again. It's got to be the .Model X. Yeah, is what I meant. So we can delete that. We have the Stopsign.Model X. So if we open it, you can see in here, it's got like a texture, but it's looking ugly because it doesn't know what texture we want it to use. But that's fine. We don't need it to. So if we copy the Stopsign and go back over here to the OBJ, we can paste it in here. We can copy the name of the original model and then delete it. We're going to do the same thing here. And then we're going to do, we'll duplicate this 4 times basically. So copy, paste, 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 and then we're gonna name them _NM. _TR. So Nightmare Before Christmas, Tron, and what's the last one again? I turned my baby son into me again. That's fine. We can just check in remastered, because these are not going to change their names. Oh, it's WI, right? What is WI again? Nightmare, WI. Oh, yeah, that's the Timeless River one. We don't really need to worry about that. I mean, we could. It could be kind of cool to make the Timeless River one look like an old-timey stop sign, but I don't even know what old-timey stop signs would look like, so... but we're just gonna go ahead and click it, and we'll name it W_EX010_N0_NM. Hey, Jess, welcome back. Oh, not NM. Whoops. Underscore. When did you pop out? WI. So now we have all of the models done. We don't have to worry about those anymore. Those are all good. Now we have to go into the Model X thing. So the .dds here is for the old one. If we go up here and then go out of OpenKH, we're just gonna go into my GitHub repos and then the Stopsign. Okay, no worries. And then we go into the remastered and then OBJ. We can see that they have the original textures in here. We want to replace those with something that is named identically but looks different. So the way that we're going to do that is if we just go ahead and go into under Kingdom Hearts. I have a person in the Kingdom Hearts modding community that lent me a ton of their tools, so shoutouts to them. This DDS converter is a godsend. It's super simple, super easy, and it does everything I need it to without any stress. So if we go down here, we can go to Kingdom Hearts, not Blue Keyblade. We're gonna go here and then Stopsign and then Working Files. And then we can go to the Textures folder, and for both of these. So it's the input and the output, basically. GitHub, Stopka, Working, Textures. And if we just hit Convert, it's going to convert the stop sign that we did into a .dds instead of a .png, so it works for what we need it to. Now all we need to do is rename it. So we're going to go over to the custom GitHub repos, Stopsign, Working Files. We're going to go ahead and in Textures we have the normal one in the .dds. We're just going to name it -0.dds. So this is just this by a different name. What we can then do is go to where that texture would show up and then replace it. And we're going to do that with all of these. These would actually be different files, one for each of the different worlds, but for now, we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing in all of the worlds. Cool. So now we have all of the files done. Now we just need to tell the game what the files are. So we're gonna go in here. This is to let OpenKH know what the mod is all about. So we're just gonna name this Stopsign. Author me, replaces Ultima weapon with a stop sign. Made for my buddy Arcom. So now what we need to do is basically everywhere where it says W_EX010, we want to change that to say what the actual thing is. So it's W_EX010_N0. So what we can do is hit edit, find, or replace, excuse me. And what we're going to do is find W_EX10 and replace it with W_EX10_N0. So now if we hit replace all, we should be perfectly good. Because it just replaced all of those with what we need it to be. So we're going to save that again. There's another file. The sys one. And all this is just changing the text to what we want it to change to. So we're just going to put it as the Stopsign. We're just gonna name it that for now. So that's it. We're good now. So what we need to do is go to the GitHub. So as we can see in the GitHub, we have all of these different files that are added. We're gonna put it as initial push, commit to main, publish the repo. We're not gonna keep the code private so that we can access it through the mod. And it's pushed. So now, if we go back to Kingdom Hearts and we go to OpenKH, and we go to the KH Tools mod manager.exe, if I can find it, I can show you guys. These are all of the mods that I have installed. So I have like a ton of different mods installed. But it's gonna be super easy to install what we have. So if we go ahead and click add a mod here, you can either install with a zip file, or you can install by typing in what it would be. So for us, since I'm the one who made it, it's going to be MorgansCrypt / and then what the repo is named, which is just Stopsign. So Stopsign, and boom, there it is. Now it doesn't have a icon because we didn't put an icon in there, but it's in just like that. So if we go ahead and move this down, we'll just go ahead and move it down so that it's underneath the randomizer, because otherwise it might cause issues. And then we can go ahead and build and run. It might take a second, but it'll pop up, and then I can show you guys what we got. Oh, nice. The character underscore is not supported by the specified encoding. Okay. What did I fuck up? What has underscore in it that shouldn't have? Do I need to take the working files out? I might need to take the working files out. What file are they being used in? I'm gonna close everything out. There we go, okay. So now let's go ahead and we're gonna open up GitHub. Since we made a change to the files, we're just gonna go ahead and say remove working files. Usually this would be specifically for working files, but it's a little weird with how we're using it. Okay. So if I reopen OpenKH Mod Manager, I'm dumb, sorry. You can see that it already knows that there's an update available. So we can just go ahead and update that. And then let's try building and running again. Let's see if that F's it up or if it will be okay. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. Okay. So if we go back here and we go to the mods, I think I know exactly what it is. Stopsign, I bet sys right here can't use underscore. Let's give it another shot. Download the update. I guess close it and reopen it because it's acting weird. Oh, our comm just in time. Let's see if it works for us. And you'll see exactly what we were working on. Don't look at the screen just yet. Yep, we're good. Don't look at the screen. I'm just gonna load the last game I was playing, last random run I was doing. Okay, so... Oh, whoops. This is the wrong controller. That one's got kind of a sticky stick. Okay, perfect. If we go to our items... Oh, whoops. I know what the problem is. Don't worry about that. I know I have it in here somewhere. Unless I don't have it. Well, shit, we might have to play this random run a little bit longer. Okay, well, I guess that's what we're doing for a little bit. Because we need to find a specific weapon. Actually, you know what? Hang on. I hit the wrong button. I think I might have it over here. Ultima weapon. Cool. All right, Soul, you ready? Take a peek. Let me know when you're looking. Okay. Ta-da! Just for you, Soul. It's done. You said you wanted it, I made it happen. Do you want it? Do you want him to be holding it this way, or do you want him to be holding it the other way so you're always seeing the stop? Oh fuck, I have a really good idea though. Hold on. I have a really good idea. Oh, thank you, Jess. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, do you think they should be holding it like this, like how they're holding it now, or should it be rotated so that the stop is facing the camera? Stop should be visible to the camera. That's super easy to fix too. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna save it here. I don't need to, but I'm going to anyway. We can Alt F4. Okay, so do you think no. Okay, no, I'm just gonna do it. I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm just gonna do it. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna save this, but I'm then gonna go ahead and import the other model again, because I think I should have made this a little bit. No, it's a good size. It fits perfectly, actually. Okay, never mind. So let's go ahead and delete all of that again. Then what we're gonna do is a couple things. First things first, let's go to here. We're going to take the mesh. We're gonna unskin it. We're going to take it. It should be centered. Oops. Okay, so it should be centered right. So if I just rotate it, it should be good. And then we'll rebind it. And then we'll go in here and then we'll just go to the paint weights again. Oh wait, shit. Did that? I did. Whoops. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. We're going to freeze the transformation so that we don't have to worry about that fucking anything up. Okay, cool. So now we're just going to go ahead and grab them again, and then we will bind skin. And then we'll go ahead and do the thing that I said I was going to, which is come in here, go to point 2, flood it. It's all good now. We're going to go ahead and export it, export selection. This does mean we need to do the model swap again, but that's not really a big deal at all. Okay. So then go to the file viewer. Response manager still up. Cool. Okay. Kingdom Hearts custom mod GitHub. Good to know. Let's go to here, working files. Open KH. We want to go to data, KH2, OBJ. Let's go to W's, EX, 10, and 0. We're just going to copy that again, and we're going to paste it here. And then we're just going to go ahead and open it with the Model X editor. Okay. Open it. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and import the new model, which is this one. Easy peasy. File, save as. We're going to save it as the Stopsign again. And then we can go ahead and save the Stopsign.modelx and then take that back into the Stopka thing here. OBJ, we're just going to paste it here. Delete the previous one. Fuck. Didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Okay. I'm losing it, y'all. Okay, there we go. We don't need to worry about the other ones right now. No, we should do that. Okay. So NMTRWI. Okay, cool. So now those should all be good. We're gonna do another thing now. If we go into the OBJ and then we find these, if we go ahead and make a new file, we can make one that's titled W_EXO10_N0.AUS, or .A.US, I think. So then if we come back into here and open KH, let's go back to mods, and then we can do general tools, no assists. Open up this again. Then we can open KH, data, KH2, remastered, OBJ. Oh, that was like perfect. Nice. Okay. Yeah. .a.us. We don't need any of these, but what I do want to do is I want this one. So we're gonna export this as a PNG to here, and I'm gonna name it -2.dds.png. Export it. Let's open it up in Photoshop. Okay. So this is the little effect that happens whenever you hit someone. I don't want it to be that. I have an idea. Yeah, it's really good. I'm into this. We're gonna grab an ellipse tool. We're gonna go ahead and draw an ellipse. That's about perfect. Let's move it one down. Yeah, that's about perfect. We're gonna make the stroke a little thicker. Let's actually make it a little bit smaller, I think. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then we're just gonna go ahead and add a line. There to there. Perfect. Now let's make these bright red. And you know what? Let's actually move this in just, nope. I want to move it in just a little bit. Yeah, perfect. Just so that they blend. And then we're gonna make you and you. Cool. And then if we erase the original star, we should be good. We're gonna save it as, wait no, export as a PNG. And we're just gonna name it -2. And then if we open up, not general tools, we do need to go back to the Kingdom Hearts tools, even though this probably should be a general tool at this point, honestly, because DDSs are pretty universal. If we open up the source and then we open up this PC, there we go. Kingdom Hearts, custom, working, textures, and then we're just gonna do the same thing here. This PC, okay, games, nope, not Riot Games, mods, Kingdom Hearts, custom, working, textures. Okay, you can convert that. It's gonna convert one that's already been converted, so it's not the end of the world. Go back to working files, textures. So now we have the -2.dds. We're gonna go ahead and copy that. Then we can go back to the actual mod, go into OBJ, or not OBJ, remastered, and then the OBJ, and then that .au.us, paste that -2.dds in there, and then we'll go back here into the mod.yml. We're gonna add a new thing on here. So right here, we're just gonna enter to create a new line, paste it there. We don't wanna change the item pick. In fact, we don't wanna change the item pick before, so we're gonna delete that. We're going to change this output to /obj /w_ex010 _n0 dot mdlx, or not dot mdlx. Now we're going to do .a.us, and then we're going to change this to 2, and then we're just going to copy this. And since we made it identical in our setup for the model folder, we just name it basically identically, and it should change it easily. We're going to go ahead and copy this, save it. We actually don't want to change this. I need to find what the item ID is for Ultima Weapon. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have. I'm gonna have a lot of luck there. So we're just gonna actually go ahead and for now delete this part because we don't need it, because we're not changing the system anymore. And then let's go ahead and delete the item pick too, because we're not changing the item picture. But that should be good. And then if we go to GitHub and then did secondary update, commit to main. Okay, now if we open up the mod manager again, we can check mod for updates, update, build and run. Okay. Oh, I love it. Yes. It's got the little nose. Yes. That's so good. Oh, this is so good, y'all. I'm gonna go fight a boss.
Feel it, the moon's power.
I forgot this was a model or an enemy
Moon,
swap.
shine down. Be gone. Be gone.
Let's end it.
I misjudged you.
Let's end it. Now you'll see.
So good, y'all.
Now you'll see. Now you'll see. Now you'll
Moon,
see.
shine down. Be gone.
Okay. That I like that a lot. That I think that looks really good, honestly. I'm glad you like it. Now, my only other suggestion that I was gonna make is, should we have it say Stopga instead of stop? But other than that, I honestly agree. I think it looks great.
Do you feel it, the moon's power? Moon, shine down.
Please work.
Be gone. Be gone.
Let's end it.
I'm really glad to hear that.
Please work.
No
Oh, damn. consider this a big thank you for all of the support you've given the stream over, like, I think the 2 years now, basically, that I have been streaming, and you've been my friend, Soul. Okay. Let's change a couple more things. Oh, there should be an easy way actually for me to misc mods, Keyblade generator, icon. No, I don't want that. I want the actual Keyblade mod that I made. Here we go. Cool. So this is a mod that someone made a program that lets you super easily swap Keyblades for Keyblades, which I am in love with. It's fantastic. But what I want is I made a thing, but we can go ahead and make another one. We're just gonna go ahead and swap like literally random with what is it? Ultima weapon. And then if we just add it to the list and then generate a mod, we can open this, and then we can go to the remastered folder. And then OBJ, or not OBJ, item pick. So now we know it's item-64, which is super good. So let's go ahead and hop into here. We can go into OBJ. Right? It was in OBJ. No, it was above OBJ. Here we go. We can make item pick, and then we can go in here, open up item pick, a folder, paste that in here, and then that's just like whatever the new one was. Over whatever it was before. But other than that, we can open up the system.yml, and it made it 01, which is cool. So we will just go ahead and delete that, delete this here, go back into here, go into Stopsign. We can paste that system.yml. Open up that sys.yml or the mod.yml, and then we can just find these ones. We're only going to be playing on English. These are making it so that it shows up in every language, which is cool, but not something that I really care about. But then we can go into this mod. So this is our mod. Then we go to the very bottom, add those in, and then file, save. Close that, and then in the sys, we're just going to change this to Stopsign. Oh, I'm glad you let a weirdo like me in, Soul. Thank you. We'll do Stopsign, and then Stopsign in Spanish is really señal de stop. So it's señal de pare in Spanish. I don't know if that N or the way the N is going to work, but we'll give it a shot. And if it says that it doesn't read it as a valid character, we'll just delete it then. Stop sign in French. Actually, no, we should look up French stop sign. Okay, it just says arrêt, which I think means stop. So we're just gonna go ahead. Oh no, yeah, because German has the umau, so this should be fine. Oh no, they use just normal ass stop signs. Huh. Okay. Apparently stop gives more of a sense of urgency. Yeah, apparently in Germany it's the same. Oh, it's called Stopschild. That's funny. What is it in Italian? Yeah, apparently in Italian it does the same thing. Sure. All right, save. And then for an item pick, let's just go ahead and stop sign. Just grab a picture. Pop into Photoshop real quick. New. Just gonna delete this, and then we'll just go ahead and select you, delete you, and then we can go ahead and file export, quick export. We're just gonna put you in working files as icon, but we need to make sure that the image size is 512 by 512. That way it's like divisible. And then export it again. Let's go ahead and convert. Actually, we'll just do it like this. This will be the easiest way. Put in here and then just name it, I think .-0 probably. What is it in WinRAR? Remastered item pick. Yeah, it's -0. Okay, cool. So then if we go ahead and convert that again, we should have this -0.dds. Let's open it in NoAssist just to make it 100% safe. Okay, cool. So if we grab this and then copy you and then go to Stopsign, remastered, item pick, we can throw this in here and replace it. And then in here, we can go ahead and actually just pop, copy, pop icon. So we close, close, close. Don't need any of these. We can. Oh, what was the other? I know what I was gonna do. Whoops. Let's delete you. We don't need you anymore. Don't need you up anymore. Let's open back up Substance Painter. And since it's such a simple texture, I'm gonna make it super easy to do the other models. What is not ancient? What is antique? Antique stop sign. Interesting. What is the oldest Mickey Mouse cartoon with driving? Okay. File recent. We're gonna open this again. Oh, whoops, because I moved it. There we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and we want to get rid of this. Let's see. I'm just gonna pick a random one. Crumbling Rose. Yeah, it still has gradients and stuff. Okay. So if we just get rid of that, we can keep the shadows and stuff on. And then we're just gonna go ahead and add, since there really isn't any color to it, we can just go ahead and add this color. Yeah, okay. Let's just add a fill. Just gonna move it up here. Delete that one I made on accident. We're gonna make it black, I think, and then we're going to change this to color. No, because since everything's flat color, it's gonna fuck it up. Okay.
The transformation is almost permanent.
No.
Soon you will be an empty husk, Morgan.
No. Slimin, what am I gonna do with you? Okay, so let's just go ahead and make a copy of this. We're gonna hide that one, and then we're just gonna take this one and fully desaturate it. Or can we levels? Red. If we remove, yeah, if we remove that, okay, I want to copy that. Can I copy effects? Cool. That's making it like, I want it to be all of them. So I guess RGB actually is what I wanted. There we go. But I don't want it to be black though. It's not supposed to be black. It's supposed to does not have color. So if I reset it, I'm surprised there isn't a desaturate filter. I guess I can just take the HSV and just lower the saturation fully. Yeah, let's do that. But now I want to darken it a little bit actually, just to make sure it still looks like it's supposed to. What were you at? 610. And you are 831. Okay, cool. So now we have that, and everything should be desaturated. I can't think of anything else that would make it look more, you know, cartoony. But you know what? Actually, I just realized we don't even need to do anything for that because it's Timeless River, and Timeless River automatically does it for itself. So what we are going to do is go in here, and we're going to make another flood just for here. We're going to make it a, I guess a divide, and we'll make it white, and we will, not a divide, what is it? Screen? Yeah. And we will lower it, so just so that it kind of like gets a little yellowy. We're gonna make it a little yellowy, and then we're gonna make a black mask. What's a good weathering mask? I guess just grunge. Okay, let's try a couple different grunges and see which ones we like. I like that one. This is gonna be for the Nightmare Before Christmas one, so. That's the stop one. Let's go ahead and no. Let's lower the opacity on it a little bit. Maybe make it look like worn down, and then we can erase little bits. I don't know if that's how old stop signs look. Really? No, let's not do that. That's fine. And then we'll just add rust to the metal bits. So in here, let's just add a... Replacing all of what? Oh, no, no, no. This is to add on to the so like remember they have different versions in each world. I think that actually looks really good. So we're gonna name this one Stopsign _ NM for Nightmare Before Christmas. And then we can hide this. I'm just going to change the name of this to Nightmare. Okay. And then for this one, we're gonna lower the damage even more, invisibility. And then we're gonna go ahead and turn... Oh, not that. We don't want to duplicate that. We're gonna make this the brightest red it can be. And the brightest white this can be. And then what we're gonna do is add a generator. No, not generator. That's not what we want. Add a filter. Actually, no, we'll just easy bake oven mode it. Just copy and paste it. And then name it glow. And then we're just gonna blur it a little bit. Just to give it a little bit of a look like it's glowing neon. And then we're gonna do the same thing here, where we filter and then blur it. And then what was the value that we blurred this by? 2.3. So if we match that, it should make everything look similar. I wonder why it's not actually blurring it. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong layer. Whoops. Add filter, blur. There we go. Name it 2.3. And then do the same thing with this one. Maybe not that much for those ones. What if we do like 0.5? Is that even any amount noticeable? How about just 1? Let's try 1 for both of these. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, that's making it look a little bit glowy, which I like. And we'll just rename this one TR. And then we'll do the same thing. Export textures. Export them. Open the directory. We only need this one and this one. So we can delete you. And then we're just gonna rename this. No, we'll keep those where they are. Let's open up the DDS thing again. Oh no, the DDS editor. What am I talking about? Okay. DDS converter. Hop back here. So now, cool. So we have all of those converted. So now what we can do is grab the Nightmare Before Christmas one and the Tron one. Jump back over here to Stopsigns, remastered, OBJ. We can paste this here. We're gonna go ahead and go Nightmare first. Delete that, paste this one, name it -0. Take this one, do the same thing, -0. And then we should be good on the other ones, but what I'm gonna need to do is, well, actually, I don't know what it does with the effects in other worlds, so I need to check that. Do I still have notice this up? No, I closed it like a dummy. Okay. So if I go down to, where was it? Open cage. Okay, so here's the effects for when you're in Nightmare Before Christmas. Here's the ones from when you're in Tron. So it doesn't look like they change. Not even in that one. So what we're gonna do to make it easy is, actually, you know what? Did I just close No Assist? I did, but let's open it again. No, it's perfect assist. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. So we're gonna go back to the mod. And then down here where we are changing the textures for all the different things, we're just gonna copy this and go bam, 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 and name them to, so this one is, okay, so we have the 0, then we have the Nightmare one, should be next. So we have this AUS, is getting copied to this AUS. This one should be the Nightmare one. Then we have the Tron one, should be next. This is the hard part. I wish I could organize this better so I can understand it better, but it's just like fucking weird. And if you do it, you might fuck up everything else. So I'm just doing it this way. Okay. That should be good. We're gonna save that. Then we can go ahead and close you, close you. I'm gonna save this, close this. We're gonna say added world forms, commit to main, push. And now if we go back here, we can go ahead and do it one more time. We're going to check for update. Oh wait, no, not that. Check mods for update. Download update. See, now we have the icon, which is awesome. And then if we build and run. I'm already getting tired, dude. I'm good, GeForce, thank you. I don't want to use your overlay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have our stop sign. Let's head on to a different world and see how it looks. So let's go to Tron first. Ignore how Morgan's gonna look. Just look at the stop sign. It's not that much better, but you can see a little bit of a glow. We do see, if we go here, the name is changed. It should be changing the icon. I don't know. Oh, because we deleted the like dot item pick thing. So we'll fix that. It's no biggie. But at least it's working. Everywhere else it seems. Yeah. We gotta do this real quick to get out. I guess I could have just jumped to title screen. It's whatever. This is gonna take time and all. so then we have Timeless River and Halloween Town. Do we have Halloween Town unlocked here? It doesn't look like it, but we can at least get Timeless River, I think. Nope, okay. New plan. We're just gonna go ahead and delete that rando seed and build and run again. Should go a lot faster this time, hopefully. Oh shit, no wait, I should have updated the item pick before I did that. It's whatever. Slimin', I swear to God, if you do this one more time. We're just gonna do new game real quick without the rando function on, but with Garden of Assembler on. I don't know why I went into Winnie the Pooh world. Oh, but now we don't have the Ultima weapon. Duh. That was stupid of me. Okay. Well, I think I have found the easiest option that we have. I don't know what the easiest option we would have would be. Shit. I'm sure it's working. I just wanted to show it off is all. Well, let's, Oh, well, was what something that's supposed to happen? Or was what a glitch? I don't know what I did. I don't have it, right? I don't have Ultima weapon. No, because it would say Stopsign now. True. I gotta get, final form real quick is all.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh no, it's a glitch. Oh shit, I just realized we would be playing technically vanilla there. Oh, you know what we can do? I'm dumb. Okay, I know what to do. I know what to do. To test it, I mean. We'll just make a rando with all the worlds open and then load a save that already has it. I don't know why I didn't do it like that or think to do it like that. And by that I mean, I think I said something, and what I said is absolutely not what I meant. I meant the exact opposite. If we go to here, I think this means we should be able to buy every Keyblade Duplicates of Keyblades. That's not what I want. Starting inventory, we could just add Ultima weapon to the starting inventory. Done. And then locations, all visits. Generate seed. This will be easy. Okay, so then we open up KH, and then add another mod. This time we're going to add it as a zip file, Ultima Test Seed. Just throw it in there. Then pop that, and build and run, and we should be good. Okay. Not load. No, I tried to load again. Okay, so now we should have Ultimate Weapon as in our starters. Cool. Awesome. And then if we go up here, we'll have to do the mini one. If we're gonna do that first, let's jump over here and check it out in Nightmare, or Halloween Town, rather. Yeah, grungy, let's go. Okay, well that's a good sign. Get it? A good sign. I'm glad you got it. We're just gonna do a quick once over here in the garden just to see if there's anything that's super useful. We don't need that. We're just gonna ignore it. Don't need junk. Might grab an ability because it could be magnet burst or something. Second chance. That's crazy, actually. Another ability. What I really want right now is what's it called? Second chance ants once more in the garden. That's bonkers. This would have been a crazy run. And oh my god. Well, we got emerald crowns. That's kind of cool. And proof of non-existence from level 2? I'm going crazy. What the fuck is happening?
Freeze! For you! Here we go!
It's all the power of the stop sign. You're so right.
Here we go! you.
My strength is so garbage right
For
now.
you. For you. Here we go. For you. For you. Here we go.
I think the next mod I'm gonna make is gonna be a custom voice mod, probably.
Just
Okay, what is your request?
yeah. Here we go. For you. For you. For you. For you. Here we go.
We'll see about that.
For you. Here we go. 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 For you.
No, I'm
Here
not
we
against
go.
it, honestly. If I can figure out a way to, like,
For you.
change the value of how many times it'll happen.
Here we go.
That was
you.
slick.
For you. Wait. For you. Here we go.
Come on.
Ignore that. I don't know who that was. It wasn't me. All right. I think actually I want to get rid of all the grime on it. I think that I think the grime is showing up a lot more than I thought it was going to. So I think maybe it should just have the shadow. What does the hit effects look like in black and white? I'm curious.
What's that for? What's that for?
I think it looks great. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you hear that, Soul. I don't know why her damage is so low. There we go.
What you
Awesome.
folks be
Well, if
with
you
me
want me to,
anyway?
Soul, another time, I can show you how to install it. It's really easy. But yeah, I think that's honestly probably where I'm going to call it for the stream. We got the mod completed in a single stream. That's awesome. So yeah. I love you guys lots. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you guys again later. Bye.